what are the 4 rooms?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
found it helpful.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm so glad to
Yeah.
hear that. We have these things that live in our head, these voices that live in our head that we don't talk about because we don't want to sound
Mm,
crazy. And I tend to find that they fall into 4 different camps. We have the critic. And
mhm.
this is the internal roommate that's really good at telling you everything you're terrible at.
Oh,
Just like
yeah.
how you really suck at that thing, like beats you up over,
Yeah.
that little mistake that you made. And it's there again to try to help protect us from making the same mistake
Mm.
twice, to learn from our mistakes, to shield us from embarrassment and all of those things. Like it serves a real role, but
To protect.
to protect.
Yeah, yeah.
But it can be a runaway voice if we don't recognize it and
Mm,
separate our identity from it. So that's one of our roommates.
mm.
The second roommate is our doubter. And this
Mhm.
is the one that's like, oh, I don't know if we can do it. I don't know if you're ready. I don't know. That sounds scary. I don't know what's going to be on the other side of that. And this one's sneaky because it sounds like our friend. That's
Friend in disguise. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, exactly. But again, all of these are trying to protect us from something. They take different kind of methods.
Mm,
The third is the blamer. This is,
mm.
and blame can go both ways. Like I blame you for all my problems,
Yeah.
or I blame me for all of the problems. And we have to be careful with this one because if the critic and the blamer get together, it's very, very self-destructive.
That's a party.
It's
That's going
yeah,
spiraling down. Yeah.
right. But then we have this other voice, the
Mm,
encourager, the cheerleader. And I talk about it as the encourager, and it's the one that's like, it has a little bit of faith, I believe you can do it. Like you can do it, try. And we have to nurture that that roommate because that's the one
mm.
that actually helps us believe in things and try things and learn into things and grow and foster our curiosity. So we have to watch the roommates and who we're
Mhm.
letting live up there, and take up the most headspace, so to speak.
Mm. As you're describing, you remind me. There's a beautiful poem by Rumi called "The Guest House,"
Yep.
right? And he speaks about like all these unexpected visitors that show up
Yep.
in our lives. In a way, those roommates, it's something that's going to show up, and I think people get stuck with. Well, I can't get rid of this voice and this, but that's the mindfulness piece, being aware. It's okay for that voice to be there. I just hating it or fueling it doesn't work. But actually, this may sound strange for some maybe listeners, is loving all parts of ourselves. Here's a part of it's like, thank you. I know you're trying to protect me. I get it. Thank
Exactly.
you.
Mhm.
It's a bit of like parts work in counseling. We call it parts work. Here's a part that's trying to,
Yeah.
it's okay, but we don't have to listen to it.
And I think
Yeah.
I think that's such an important thing that you said, Kasim, because like even when I'm doing coaching work, it's more like recognize what that voice is trying to do.
Yeah.
'Cause it's there for a reason. It's trying to protect something. And it's either something from our past that we're afraid of revisiting, it's some hurt that we haven't actually unpacked and healed from. It's something. And so the more we can
Mm,
get curious, and explore it with some kindness, some generosity,
yeah.
we can we can thank it and also say, please be on your way. I need to hear something else right now.
Yeah, yeah. Exit stage left, please. Right? Like, but see, that requires us to sit with it and be with it, right? To
That's right.
be with the discomfort and maybe loop it back to what we said earlier, but like you visiting this family, it's uncomfortable, but you allowed yourself to feel that. Hello there, and thank you so much for stopping by this channel. I hope you find this content useful, and if you do, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It will really help me to reach to more people and keep this content going. Here we are journeying together, and let's see where this takes us.